pups. Here we go. What are we doing today, Ms. Cruz? The first thing we're going to do is review our promise. Thank you for participating, not just sitting there like a potato, being respectful, being on time. Ooh, who was first? That was Jules. Mute, stay muted. Thank you, please. Don't yell out, Ms. Cruz, in the middle. Raise your hand and I'll try to find you when I can. And change your name in Zoom and then stay seated unless I tell you to get up. And of course, keep your eyes on the screen because that's where all the magic happens. Now, those are our Zoom call expectations. We also have our birthdays for the month of December, and we have Nathan, Stephen, and Larissa. So I'm gonna give a little monkey clap for them. And our weekly spotlight winners. So our newest Zoom promise keeper is Mr. Jaden. So he will be able to submit an piece of artwork for us for our backdrop right behind me. And we have Olmo and Benito for amazingly detailed responses. And yes, that includes labels on your science pictures. Yes, please don't draw any more pictures unless you take the time to label them. So see this picture behind me? Right here, I would write a little word next to it that says light. And over here, I might put a little word next to this and says tree. So that's what I'm talking about. That's so that all scientists will understand your drawings. Now, of course, we also have Mr. Blake for working hard. Thank you. All right. Hi, Ava. We'll be with you in a second. And what are we doing today? Today, you will use your 5 senses as tools. What? So you can make careful observations. You know you have it when you can describe objects in terms of number, shape, texture, size, weight, color, motion, and be able to compare with others. Next steps, what are we going to do after this lesson? You are going to start to learn about living organisms like plants and animals. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. It's my favorite. Ooh, and by the way, I do have a snake to show you in a few weeks. Yes, I have a pet snake. I love them though. Her. I guess it's a her. Anyway, let's move on. Here's your super science vocabulary. You should be keeping a list. Let me see everybody stand up and jump one time if you are keeping your vocabulary list and you actually look at it. Good work. Okay, jump one more time if you use those words in our DVAs. Excellent. And for those of you sitting still, maybe it's too early to jump. Okay. But you need to be using these science vocabulary words. Observe, sort, classify, senses, living versus non-living, organisms, texture, surface, compare. Ooh, that's like in math. Yeah, when you compare to see the similarities or differences. And another word that I haven't heard a lot of you say is nature. Things made by the earth. That's natural. Nature, natural. All right, so we're getting close to the, yo, we're here. We're here. There it is. Who's logging into the Nearpod? Oh, good. Let me put the code UIAKQ. Strange, huh? Okay, that is UIAKQ. We have a lot to do for this Nearpod, so I'm kind of excited about it. I actually borrowed the framework from a friend and then sort of altered it, changed it up, made it for us. So I'm kind of excited to use this one. All right, I'll give you a few more seconds before I stop sharing and go over to my Nearpod. You will also see the code there and at the top left when we begin the Nearpod lesson. I take some field trips on the Nearpod. I'm going to watch a cute video. We're going to do a time to climb to test your knowledge. All right, here I go. I'm going to stop sharing and run on over to the Nearpod. See if I can find it. That's not it. Okay, here it comes. It's coming slowly but surely. Hey, I think I found it. See, Darth, do you see my Nearpod code now on the screen? Oh, I think he's frozen. Christina, do you see the Nearpod code right in the middle of the screen now? Awesome. Good. Want to make sure you see the right thing. And let's get started. There's 10 people in there already. Fabulous. What a beautiful morning for a science lesson. Here are our objectives. Our lesson objectives are to use the five senses as tools. We talked about that. Make careful observations, be able to describe objects in multiple ways, like shape, texture, size, number, weight, color, motion, and then compare with other objects. So, what are we going to learn today? You're going to be able to make observations about size, shape, texture using your five senses. Let's do it. Okay. She is going to discuss what it means to make observations.
Hi, I'm Princess Elena, and today I'm going to be talking about observation in scientific scales.
Ooh, look at Larissa reading. Nice one.
Observation is done using all of our senses. There are five senses: smelling, touching, hearing, seeing, and tasting. Using smelling, we can identify sweet smell and bad smell. Using touching, we can know the shape, the surface, and the temperature of an object.
Also use the word texture. There's a word she needs to learn. You guys know it. Texture is how something feels. Bumpy, rough, smooth.
Using hearing, we can know the intensity, the nature, and the direction of the sound. Using sight, we can see the shape, the color, the size and volume, the height and depth, and the distance between two objects. Using tasting, we can identify sweet, bitter, sour, pungent, astringent, and salty taste.
Are you ready to do some observations? Observing a lemon.
The lemon is in yellow color, and it looks like a smaller version of a rugby ball. It has a grainy texture.
Ooh, she used the word.
It smells citrus.
Ew.
The taste of the lemon is sour. This is children powder. It is white in color and it has a smooth texture. It has a pleasant smell. This is a bell. It is golden in color and it is a 3D shaped object. It gives a dingling sound. This is a bitter gourd. It is green in color. It looks like a spindle. The texture is jagged and rich. It smells raw. The taste is very bitter.
That's why they call it a bitter gourd.
Now I'm going to show you an action of spoon tap on glass.
Ooh, be careful, that is glass. Oh, good.
You can see how the spoon tapped on a glass and you could hear the clink sound it made.
Oh, look at that. They made a whole table. All the things you can smell straight across, all the things you can hear, all the things you can taste. And so they marked down what, like kept record of what each object would you can observe.
Bye. I hope you like my video and
All
please
right.
check out all of the other videos in my channel.
Yes, you sure can, with permission. All right, let's take a little bit of a field trip. The first thing we're going to do is use our 5 senses to describe the rocks on the next slide. Well, you can't touch the rocks, nor can you smell them, nor can you taste them. Please don't taste your screen. But you can certainly imagine or predict what these rocks would be like using all 5 senses. So let's go ahead and take our field trip, and we're going to go very quickly. So move your camera around. And hey, some of you noticed in the lessons, it was talking about rocks up on the tops of mountains. Does anybody remember what they're called? It starts with a B.
Boulder.
Yes, very good. Look at that boulder. Please don't roll over and smush anybody. And look, they would fall right to the sea, wouldn't they? So you can predict
One
what.
tree or one rock just look like an alligator.
Yeah. And what about the texture? I think this one looks like a foot.
I think the tree is rough and the rock will be very rough or tough.
Rough. Ooh, I like that texture. Rough, bumpy, jagged. But there are some smooth edges too. This one looks like a tiger nose or something, a bear nose. I like that. Very interesting. Anybody else see?
It looks so. I see it looks gray.
Yeah. Oh, the color. Oh, we didn't think about
I see something about this.
What do you see?
No. If you look behind you, you will
In
know
one of the rocks, there's a hole.
there's some that looks yellow.
In one of the rocks, there's
I think I see it too.
and there's a little bush too.
But that is like beer is
Put on my
coming
binoculars.
up in the actually in one of that rock has a hole.
Oh, look at you're right. And look behind that. Hey,
It's like a blue and green and black.
yes. Do you know what I remembered from a previous lesson? That the wind and the rain have shaped these rocks and smoothed them to make roundish shapes, right? So we have, they're not all jagged like lava rocks. I think that's interesting. All right, guys, mute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's do the next one. That was amazing. Let's use our senses, or pretend we're using our senses, to take a field trip to inspect and investigate soil. What would it feel like? What would it feel like to squeeze it in your hands? How would it smell? Does it make any sounds? Would you describe it as like large or small? Go for it. Okay, you can unmute and quietly tell me what you think.
I see something.
I found 3 bottles in the soil.
Oh, okay, look at the soil though. Look, you did see something.
And some
inside.
root.
Some
And some buckets.
and others are bumpy.
Yes.
And I see
Hi, friends.
water has been
White.
here.
I found some
I hear you. I hear you.
I found some white shoes. If you look on the bottom, there will be shoes and 3 bottles.
Yes.
Mrs. Cruz, I see 2 people.
You do inside the soil.
Not inside the soil. People is up on the soil to dig the
Awesome.
sand.
Hey, Addie, what were you gonna say?
That it's soft.
There's
It-
7 people.
It looks like it would be soft. You're right. Awesome.
Another thing I see some one people look like a toy and one people look like a real.
Do you know what I just observed?
Tell you, Miss Cruz.
Hey guys, wait, let me tell you something and then I'll see who that was. But look at these scrape marks from the front loader or claw
Water has been here.
machine
Water has
that's
been
digging.
here. It's water has been here. Water
Nice.
has been here.
don't know. Oh, and it has some white in there too. I wonder if it's scraped a rock. So this texture to me looks like it could be soft, but it also could be lumpy or bumpy and have rocks in there. And it almost looks a little wet too. And the color we see is brown. Let's do the next one. All right.
Now can I
Yes.
tell you?
Oh, yes, go for it.
Okay, so if everybody did not know this, today is my birthday, and I was gonna wonder if you was gonna call my mom, and that way you would be there too, Miss Cruz.
Oh, I wish I could. I have a busy day with DBAs, but you know what? My heart will be with you. Okay.
So maybe I
All
can
right.
send something to you.
Happy birthday. And let's go to the next one.
Okay,
You know I
doing
love
it
you.
now.
Thank you, my love. All right, here we go. Water. Water, my favorite thing to observe. How would it feel? What is the texture? What does it smell like? Does it smell fishy? Do you hear any sounds? Think of a waterfall. How would you describe the size? Ready, set, go.
I see something.
Go for it.
Oh, never mind.
I see some
I
fish.
see it too, Addie. And who is
There are
that?
trees above us.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
The sand above us.
The water is blue.
And it water has some sand that's been into small piles. Water is in small piles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's and there are a lot of sand are there.
Me too. Me too.
The sand has a big pile.
Miss Cruz, I see a snake in the water.
Oh my goodness. Is that a snake or a branch? Oh no. All right. So if you think about water, it would be cold, warm. You could actually describe it with the temperature. You could describe it as being wet. You could describe it.
cold.
Yeah, it could be cold.
I think
It could look
I
like
would need
color.
like 15 blankets to go under there.
Mm-hmm. All
It's-
right, guys. Here we go. We have one more.
lizard
We have one. You do. 5,
I see some
4, 3, 2. Oop, turn my phone off. And let's see if we have one more. Okay. Yes. Our living organisms. You're a living organism. So is a caterpillar. Hey, did you know you had something in common with a caterpillar? How about a tree? Yeah, you have something in common with a tree. Well, if we were to observe a living organism, think about how it would feel. How would it smell? Do you hear any sounds from it? What about size, color, texture? I don't know if you want to taste a living organism, but there's a fish. We've tasted fish before. Go for it, guys. We're looking at not the water, but anything living.
There's fish.
Yes.
And coral.
Yeah. Coral is living too.
I found Cora.
Yes, that's living.
There's a lot of coral, lot of fish by the coral.
And how would you describe them? Colorful.
Yeah, they're colorful.
I would
describe colorful.
These colorful fishes.
Rough.
Coral is bumpy. That's how I describe it.
Yes, me too. The color.
Coral reef. And the water above us has like a white dot.
There's green small corals.
Yes. And you know, I think they would say the fish are fast. What? Go ahead, Yeleni.
Everything looks like black and yellow.
Yes, it does.
I found a coral that is shaped like a coconut.
The water above us has like white dots. They're shaped like a coconut.
All right, puppies. And I would also say they might be slippery fish. All right, in 5, 4. Don't be the last one. 3, 2, Ooh, you guys are fast. Let's see what's left to do. All right. All you have to do is sort. Sort the images into their category. Let's look at the table. Remember the table that the girl did? Sort by rocks, soil, water, and living organisms. Let's see if you got it. So you are sorting and classifying. That's what a lot of scientists do. They don't just leave everything a big mess. What helps them understand is to sort things by their nature. Uh-oh, I can't see your stuff. Oh, well. Are you able to do it? Good. Okay. I can't see your answers, but have fun. Now, I know that there were a couple pictures of rocks. There were a couple of pictures of water, and I think at least one picture of water, and some living organisms. Who knows what the living organisms are? What were they, Jaden?
Things that are living.
Yeah. Which ones, Jaden?
A fish and the cat.
Very nice. That's awesome. Do you think was there?
It's not coming to the near part.
It's not. Okay, well, we could skip this one. You can practice that on your own. And I can't see it either. Here is our collaboration board.
Collaboration board.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Thank you. So this, again, this is not my Nearpod, so we're kind of running with this. Objects on the Earth's surface can be in one of 4 groups. Pick one of the following groups. Oh, here's your big spotlight. Ready, guys? Choose one of the groups: water, rocks, living organisms, or soil, and do your best to describe it. Okay, so I'm going to pick one thing. You know which one I'm going to do, right? The water. And I'm going to go down and describe it using my senses. So I took a shower today. I'm going to talk about the water. Cold, wet, strong. How else do I describe it? Clear. Didn't have any smell. Okay, there's mine. Let's see how you guys did. Oh, look at that, Yeleni. I like your picture of the soil. Adeline's got a ladybug. Ooh, that's a living thing. Jaden has a whole bunch of living things. Siddharth, rocks. That's awesome. Larissa has water. Nope, not Larissa. Who's that? Who had water? Yeah, Larissa had water. I like that. Soil. Yeleni, describe the soil. Take a minute to tell what it's like. Right, guys, can you think of some words to describe what it's like? Give me some words. Who has some words? Water is wet. Julian, I love it. Yes, that is a great way to describe it using your senses. You know that it has a wet texture. It's also kind of slippery too. Yeleni, soft. Very nice. And Siddharth, he's describing insects. Joshua has a picture of water. Anybody else? You know I love those words. Anybody have some words for me to describe your natural object? Either water, rocks, living organisms, or soil. So if you chose like a ladybug, how would you describe it? Hard, soft, tiny. How about soil? I don't have any more responses. Anybody have anything else? Oh, here comes one. I have one. Oh, I like these pictures. Living, soil, rocks. Still looking for words. Oh, I think Joshua showed it by size. That's creative. I like that. Larissa's picture of the water is showing how cold it is. Oh, Ava Marie, can I read yours out loud? It's so good. Rocks can be smooth, bumpy, and fish can be scaly. Dogs are living organisms and they can be soft. Oh, Jaden says rocks can be bumpy. These are awesome descriptions. All right, we're going to move on in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, one more. Living organisms are cute. They could be, although I've never seen a cute spider. All right, here we go. It's time to test your knowledge in our time to climb. Out of 8 questions, how many do you think you need to have correct to be successful? How many do you think you should get right out of 8 questions? A, 0 to 2. B, 3 to 4. C, 5 to 6 questions right. Or D, 7 to 8 questions right. 7 or all 8. To prove that you know how to make observations of natural objects on Earth, how many questions should you get right? Okay, in 5. Oh, look at everybody thinks they should get at least 7 or 8. Ava Marie says, I think I can do good with 5 or 6. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Pick your player. Hopefully this works. And we'll do happy holidays. Okay, choose your player, guys. This is a very quick review of everything we've learned in Module 5 in science. Module 5 had a lot to do with natural objects found on Earth and how we can observe, describe, record, sort, classify them. Where we find natural objects. Are they the same or different all over the Earth? 9 people are here. We're going to get started in about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, let's do it. Okay, you can always join. If you didn't get in just yet, you may join at any time. Here we go. First question. Name the 5 senses that help us observe. Read them carefully. Find the 5 senses that you use to observe natural objects. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ooh, very nice. If you said seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, touching, you got it right. Not chewing. Not playing. Let's try the next one. Name ways we can sort rocks. How can you sort rocks? Choose one way. You might sort a whole bunch of rocks. Good scientists. Classify all these rocks go in this place. Yeah, you can sort them by many different ways. Color, texture, size. I like the texture one. Smooth rocks are found on the edges of rivers or beaches. What are they called? The smooth rocks that are found, in the edges of rivers or on beaches. What are they called? If you said pebbles, you got it right. Smooth, round pebbles. I used to collect them when I was a kid. Question number 4. One way to sort organisms. Think about all the living organisms in the world. How can you sort them? Very good. Joshua, what was your answer for that one? You remember the answer? No, it's okay. What about this one? Long bodies of moving water. Long bodies of moving water. What are they called? do I have? Pond, rivers, and oceans. If you said river, you got it right. Okay, number 6. We're so close to the end. Mrs. Cruz loves labels in your science pictures. True or false? Yeah, you know it. Who's got the best labels? That's true. That's so true. All right, let's try the next one. The top part of the earth that comes in many colors and textures and helps plants grow and is home to many animals and insects. What's that called? The top part of the earth, colors, textures, all different kinds, where plants can grow and is home to many animals and insects. Hanging in the soil. If you said soil, you got it right. Last question. Oh, she's excited. Natural objects are exactly the same no matter where you travel on Earth. True or false? Everything is exactly the same everywhere we go. Is that true or false? If you said false, you got it right. It's not exactly the same. Matter of fact, we don't have kangaroos in Florida. Not that I've seen anyway. All right, look at our leaderboard. Nice job, my love bugs. You rocked it. And we're at the end. How do you know you've got this? What do you need to know to be able to observe Earth's surface? So tell me something, anything that you think proves that you understand how to observe Earth's surface. Oh, I'm going to write mine in. 5 senses. Ha. Use your 5 senses. Some good information for me to prove that not only are you going to do well on Module 5, but that you understand about how to observe natural objects on Earth's surface. Okay, Larissa. Ooh, Joshua, look at those 5 senses. Very nice. Who else do we have? Ooh, some more coming in. Addie found the same picture. Oh, Siddharth, look at those 5 senses. If you're saying 5 senses, I love those answers. It is so important. Anybody have a sort and classify? That's what all good scientists do. They don't just leave things in a big messy pile. They sort and classify their findings, their observations. Maybe your toys are in a messy pile. Maybe your clothes are in a messy pile, but scientists never leave things in a messy pile. Good work, guys. Yes, 5 senses, very nice. Oh, look at Jules using his senses to observe living things. That's important. Christina shows me an example of pebbles or smooth river rocks. Very nice. Siddharth has another picture of the 5 senses we can use. Anybody have a table or chart to show, or even a Venn diagram? Remember that? To show how we can sort and classify the objects that we find and observe? If I find something like that. Or talk about it. Okay, we have about 5 seconds left. Yeleni?
Can we play a little game today? Simon says.
Oh, aren't you cute? You know what? Let's save it for next Thursday when we play a bunch of games. Okay, honey? Ooh, Larissa, a number line. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. I suppose that we can make or use a number line to help us. Can I read Ava Marie's? You can observe rocks by texture, and you can observe candy by taste. You can observe Febreze. Oh, I use that by smell. And you can observe water by color. Beautiful. Siddharth, what does yours say? It's Earth? It's Earth? I really, look at Jules. Jules, you get 2 likes for that one. Look at that. you have a table or a T-chart where you can sort living versus non-living. Brilliant. Awesome. Jaden described his little baby turtle. Awesome. Using size. That was wonderful. All right, my loves, this is it. We're done. You did awesome. I'm very proud of you. And I'm so happy. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
It's me, Arna.
Hi, Arna.
After everyone goes, I want to say 2 things to you.
Okay. All right. So, guys, we're done. We're done. I have a bunch of DBAs to do today, so I might meet up with you later today if you have a DBA schedule. Until next week, I will miss you very much. I want you to stay safe and make lots of careful observations, and promise me that every day you try to help somebody just a little bit. Do something that will make somebody's life a little better. Okay, guys?
Guess what?
All right, go for it. Any questions? And what do you want to tell me?
I want to say first.
Okay, Yeleni, go for it.
First, one day I go to walking. I observe when trees fall down, and I see some goats and some deer.
Oh,
So I
wow.
observe like this.
That's
So
wonderful.
that's why I said to my mom, I observe all of these, and I would say to Mrs. Cruz.
Hey, Yeleni, before you leave, I do have your background picture. I'll put it up next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, I can't wait.
So
It's a
I said
beautiful
to
picture.
my dad said I didn't message to her.
It'll be up next week. Thank you, my love. Okay, let's see. Anybody want to sing happy birthday to Larissa? Anybody want to help me? Okay, you have to unmute. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Larissa almost. Happy birthday to you. Yay. You're welcome. All right, so everybody start logging out. I'll see you next week or in your DBAs.